Part 2 of the Hunger Games, the FN edition. Hunger Games Simulator, I'm sorry, hold on. When we left off, a lot of these people have been vanished. Deceased. Honestly, I don't even know what I'm saying. So, let's get back into the action with part 2. And let me just say this one time. I'm really sorry about my poor audio quality, but I don't own a headset yet. In fact, I tried to take it from my brother, but, well, I couldn't find it. So let's get this started, and I apologize for my voice. When we last met, 10 people have passed. And that is Mountain Dew, Oprah Winfrey, aw, that's sad, Gibby, Yandere Dev, which I guess that we're gonna have to wait for further updates from another developer. Sorry, Yandere Dev. Chase from the Paw Patrol, Laura Morano from Austin and Alley, Clifford the Big Red Dog, Chuck E. Cheese's, which actually ironically sponsored the show, Clifford the Big Red Dog. And if you look closely at that picture I used, it actually says Clifford fucking launches a cat. It's my favorite meme. Donald Trump, I guess we need a new president, and Ferris Bueller on his day off on a beautiful day like it is right now here in New York. Alright, let's get into the now here's what's next. And now for night 2, where we left off. Snoopy destroys Steve from Blue's Clues' supplies while he's asleep. Laurenzside climbs a tree to rest. Crazy Steve looks at the night sky. CC Jones receives a hatchet from an unknown sponsor. Pikachu, Robin, Elmo, and Adele sleep in shifts. Heidi Klum cooks her food before pouring her fire out. Cat Valentine sets Twilight on fire with a Molotov. Oh, those throwing bottles with the flames. I saw one of those in the Simpsons movie. That's hilarious. Hannah Montana loses sight of where she is. Stephanie and Lois Griffin run into each other and decide to truce for the night. Dora cries herself to sleep. Dory and Cameron Dallas tell stories about themselves to each other. Peephell is unable to start a fire and sleeps without warmth. Taylor Swift begs for a Happy Meal to kill her. He refuses keeping Taylor Swift alive. Don't get too close, Happy Meal, or you'll get swifted. Luna the Clown receives clean water from an unknown sponsor. iCarly strangles Gumball with a rope. I guess this Hunger Games is not the amazing world of Gumball. Molly the Dolly looks at the night sky. Blue's Clues and JoJo's Circus tell stories about themselves to each other. Barney screams for help. And the boss, Melissa McCarthy, tends to the other boss, Mr. Krabs' wounds. Proceed. Peephell tries to spear fish with a trident. Dora, Lunette the Clown, and Laurenzside successfully ambush and kill Blue's Clues, Crazy Steve, and Barney. I guess you didn't get to use this explosive, Crazy Steve. CC Jones camouflages herself in the bushes now that her BFF, besties Forever, is now dead. Poor Rocky. Stephanie tends to Taylor Swift's wounds. What? Robin stalks Adele. Cameron Dallas picks flowers. Melissa McCarthy questions her sanity, which she never actually had. Steve from Blue's Clues sprains his ankle while running away from Lois Griffin. Hannah Montana thinks about her home in Malibu. That or her other country house with her horse Blue Jeans. Pikachu questions his electric sanity. JoJo's Circus begs for Dory to kill her. She reluctantly obliges, killing JoJo's Circus. And that was the death of Playhouse Disney, kids. Snoopy attacks Molly the doll, but she manages to escape. A Happy Meal hunts for other tributes. Elmo and Cat Valentine hunt for other tributes. Mr. Krabs explores the arena. Heidi Klum travels to higher ground, and iCarly receives an explosive from an unknown sponsor. Boom! For the third fallen tribute, 6 cannon shots are heard. Twilight Sparkle, The Amazing World of Gumball, which is not so amazing now, Blue's Clues, Crazy Steve, Barney the Dinosaur, and JoJo's Circus. Night 3, Cameron Dallas stays awake all night long. I'm sorry, I don't even know. Stephanie tries to treat her pink infection. Melissa McCarthy receives an explosive from an unknown sponsor. A Happy Meal attempts to start a fire, but is unsuccessful. Dora the Explorer loses sight of where she is, and she's an explorer, which is sad. Cat Valentine screams ding dong for help. I'm just adding words that make sense here, you know. Ding dong, I'ma get it! Robin screams for help? That's so not heroic at all. Luna the Clown fends Pea-Pal, Laurenzside, and Pikachu away from her fire. Damn. Lois Griffin overpowers CC Jones, killing her. Are you serious? So Shake It Up's crew is out. Dory defeats Molly in a fight that spares her life. Heidi Klum tends to her wounds. Adele and iCarly hold hands. And it's ironic that I'm watching iCarly muted at the same time as I'm recording this. Hannah Montana and Taylor Swift tell stories about their fame to each other. Elmo thinks about home on Sesame Street. Steve from Blue's Clues defeats Snoopy in a fight that spares his life. And Mr. Krabs tries to treat his infection. Day 4. Stephanie sets iCarly on fire with a Molotov. Oh, bye. And it's sad because, yeah, I like iCarly. That's why iCarly ended, kids. No, actually, it's not. She's okay. Dora stalks Robin. Dory makes a slingshot. Adele questions her sanity. Mr. Krabs practices his archery. I'm assuming the bow and arrow have money symbols. A Happy Meal receives a hatchet from an unknown sponsor. Taylor Swift constructs a shack, starring a shantytown of swifted victims. Steve from Blue's Clues sees smoke rising in the distance but decides not to investigate. And I'm sorry if my logo is blocking the view of the text, but couldn't fix that. Sorry. Luna the Clown from Big Comfy Couch tends to Laurenside's wounds. That's nice of her. Molly the Dolly chases Heidi Klum. Pikachu defeats PBS Kids in a fight but spares his life. And by that I mean Pea-Pal, it's from 1998 again. Lois Griffin thinks about home on Family Guy. Melissa McCarthy attempts to climb a tree, but falls on Cat, killing them both. Oh, Elmo died of dysentery. Like I mentioned before, that's like very serious intestine problems, which could be fatal. And like, it's really terrible if you look it up on Google. Don't look up images, it's just like blew up, don't do it. Poor Elmo, Sesame Street will miss you. Hannah Montana receives fresh food from an unknown sponsor. Disney Channel. Cameron Dallas practices archery. Snoopy hunts for other tributes. 5 cannon shots can be heard from distance. Shake It Up's own CC Jones. Carly's own Miranda Cosgrove. Well, I just made her iCarly, but still, she's Carly Shay. Melissa McCarthy from CBS's Mike and Molly. That's not why the show ended. That's a completely different reason. Cat Valentine from both Victorious and Sam and Cats. And Elmo from Sesame Streets. Pikachu loses sight of where he is. A Happy Meal questions his sanity. Dory receives clean from an unknown sponsor. Again, Disney! Luna the Clown and PBS Kids talk about tributes still alive. Karen passes out from exhaustion. Heidi Klum shoots an arrow at Adele but misses and kills Stephanie from Lazy Town instead. Now you'll actually be lazy now, sorry Steph. And that ends the life of the pink bitch from Lazy Town. Taylor Swift receives a hatchet from his unknown sponsor. Robin starts a fire. Molly sets up camp for the night, not for a night. Lois receives an explosive. Steve from Blue's Clues thinks about home with Blue, who died. Dora defeats Hannah Montana in a fight, but spares her. Mr. Krabs screams for help, and Laurenzside receives an explosive from an unknown sponsor. Day 5, Pea-Pal discovers a river. Lois is sprinkled by thorns. A Happy Meal travels to higher grounds. Taylor Swift receives explosive. Adele and Luna the Clown fight Cameron, Dallas, and Molly. Cameron and Molly who survive. So Molly killed her BFF? Dang, Molly, you a bad dolly. Heidi Klum, Snoopy, and Steve from Blue's Clues hunt for other tributes. Dory scares off Laurenzside. That's ironic. Mr. Krabs medically helps Dora. Hannah Montana unknowingly eats toxic berries. Robin falls into a frozen lake and drowns. That's not good for Teen Titans. And Pikachu receives a hatchet. 5 cannon shots are heard. Stephanie from Lazy Town. Adele. Luna the Clown. Hannah Montana, because she became Miley, and Robin from Teen Titans Go. I feel bad for Lunette. She was like... and when Adele died, she was rolling in the deep. Like I mentioned, my webcam is only 10 minutes long per video, so like, subscribe, and tune into part 3 coming soon. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.